wanted to hop on here and show my face. I'm gonna try to make an appearance a little bit every once in a while, just so you guys can put a face to the person behind the creations and the one who's teaching you how to do these junk journals and tags and whatever else we decide to make on this channel. I'm thankful for all of you. I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself. My name is Sherry. I've been doing junk journaling now for, I would say, about 5 years. I discovered it when I was looking to make my sister a journal that was more themed and kind of special, so I started researching like different ideas on how I could do that, and I came across junk journaling on YouTube. I follow a lot of the same people you all follow. Louisa, Maramy, I'm trying to think. I'm terrible with names, I really am. But my point is I came across junk journaling, and I have started my own community in the meantime because I love it so much, and I want to share what I've learned with you and maybe help you guys to be able to spread your creative wings more. I also like mixed media a lot, and I do try to do that once in a while, and I might be starting a channel soon for mixed media. But in the meantime, it doesn't mean I won't be doing the junk journals, because I don't think I'll ever stop doing those. But I do have an ADD brain, and my thought processes and my ideas are all over the place, and that's probably why I like mixed media so much, is because there's just so many levels that you can go, and different places you can explore and be creative. And it's my desire that my creativity will help your creativity. So keep coming back, keep watching my videos. I hope they inspire you. I hope that you will be able to get something out of them that blesses your life and blesses your creativity. And with that said, we are going to dive in, and I'm going to share with you my latest journal that I made. I did make this for a contest at church. Well, it's not a contest, I'm sorry. It's a drawing. We're not having a contest. We're just having a women's dinner, and at that dinner, we, different people from our community or from our church that likes to do homemade crafts and things like that, they donate for prizes, and this is my donation for that for this year. So anyways, all right, I'm going to turn the camera around and we will look at this journal together. I hope it inspires you, and I hope you come back often. See you later. Bye. Okay, welcome back. Well, I'm back. I shouldn't say welcome back. You probably have it's been like seconds for you. Okay, this is the box that I'm keeping this journal in. I am calling this journal Bloom and Grow. For those of you who don't know me that well, I always try to put a box that matches my journal that I'm making for the person that receives it, so that they have something that they can keep their journal in if they wish to, and also they can keep their different pieces that they may want to come back to later to journal in, you know, their ephemera and stuff like that they collect specifically for their journal. So that's just something I like to do, is give them a box with their journal so that they have that freedom of keeping their journal in there if they wish to, and or other ephemera and things that they plan on journaling with in this journal. So this is the box I chose for this one. Of course, it has butterflies and flowers and things like that, because this journal has birds, butterflies, and lots of flowers. So, and that's why I call it Bloom and Grow. With each journal, I am starting to include a letter that just tells you more about me, about the Junk Journal Haven, and about what you can do with your journal. So if you ever purchase one of my journals, you will be getting that as well, just so you know. And this is the journal. So I'm going to set this box aside and we are going to take a look at this. So with this journal, I had collaged on, I'll show you, like some cardstock. I'll show you kind of what I collaged on. Something similar to something like this. And I collaged the front and the back with paper scraps that I had in my stash. So this is also like a magazine that I've turned into a background maker. So these are collages that I want to use for tags or junk journals or different things when I'm being creative. And I also use up a lot of my scraps this way, so I just want to show this to you. So similar to a collage like one of these is what I use to make the cover of this journal. And I did sew all around the edges, and I kind of sewed, so it's kind of like it's patches, you know, it looks like a patched quilt almost. And after I did all the sewing, I went ahead and sealed this with gesso, with clear gesso. So this is all sealed, and it has kind of a, almost like a grainy feel to it, but you can tell that I put gesso on it. Another thing that gesso does, the clear gesso, is that if you want to go and add like drawings or paintings or anything to your collage or over your collage, it allows you to be able to do that. And for the paper to take the substance without it ruining the paper, without it ripping the paper, so to speak, or ruining it. So, and if you maybe are collaging with a lot of different types of materials, it will allow those materials to be able to take the paint, the drawing, whatever the stenciling, whatever you're putting on top of it. So that's why I like to seal things off with gesso, because when I did it, I wasn't sure what I was going to use this collage for, and I just happened to choose it when I was trying to come up with a journal for this specific dinner. So that's what I did with this. I know that's kind of a big explanation to this cover, but that's where this cover started and originated from. This pocket on the front was also another like paper collage that I made with scraps of paper that I had, and a lot of times I'll show you that too. So a lot of times with my scraps, I will just I will take the scrap strips and I will glue them down, colors hopefully matching, and then I just put them in a box and put them away for future use. And when I find a use for them, I will do something like this. Like with this one, that's what that was, and I decided to make a pocket out of it. And so I just took a round one of these hole punches and just did the edge there, and then I stitched around the edge of that, and I made it into a pocket. And it's a very sturdy pocket because it's made out of cardstock plus paper scraps on top of it. And then I collaged this pretty lady that I had already in my stash. And then these papers of the birds and some of these tags and things that will be in the journal, I actually made them for this journal on my computer. So I might post in the future a kit of these of the tags and different things that I made, but I haven't made that public as of now. I just, because I was designing this journal, and because I wanted birds in it, and I wanted it to be original, and I wanted it to be what I wanted rather than, I kind of wanted the colors. Part of the reason I did it myself is because I wanted the colors to coordinate with this journal specifically. So that's where I got these pieces. I did make a tassel to go on here, and it has a little clip. You can just clip it on or take it off. And I have all these different ribbons that I put on here with beads and a flower, and then I put some doves on here, like 2 turtle doves. I thought that'd be pretty. And then I did this hummingbird on here, which is removable. It can be taken off. It's a hummingbird pin that I bought at Hobby Lobby. It's not like it's a vintage one or anything, but I thought it was pretty and that it would go with this. And my pastor's wife actually was the one that suggested the hummingbird theme, and I said, I don't know if I'll just do hummingbirds, but I will incorporate birds. So I thought it was fitting to do a hummingbird on here since she suggested a hummingbird theme. And then I found these beads that really, just coordinated with the colors of the journal, so I got those. And then I just took ribbons that matched the colors, and I just made this little tassel to go along with it. All right, then the spine here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures in this journal, so it is quite chunky and quite big. I will measure it just so you guys can get an idea. I tend to make fairly big journals. I know some people make small ones, but mine are usually pretty chunky and pretty large. I mean, for a journal. This one, I'm trying to see if maybe I should get a better ruler for measuring. One that's a little more simple to see. Okay, like this one, we are memory keepers. Okay, so it is 9.5 by almost 7 inches, well, 6.5 inches, I would say, 6.5 inches. And then the spine itself is 3 inches, which is a fairly big spine. And we have the opening at about almost 4 inches because it is pretty chunky. I did put quite a bit of ephemera and stuff in here. I used this ribbon to make the ties for the journal, and I used eyelets and just punched holes in there, put my eyelets in, and then put the ribbon in for the ties for the closure. And then, as you see, we just have, when we first open it, we have this, which is a stencil book page that I made into a pocket, and then I collaged on top of it. We have this tag that I made out of one of those scrapbook paper things that I told you about. So I love to do this with my leftover scraps because they just add so much character and interest, and and they're quick to grab when you want to make a tag or a pocket or something like that. And then I added a backing on it so whoever gets it can journal on this side if they want to. Journal a memory or something on there. I sewed around the edges of it, and then I used some more of that ribbon as the top tie for that. Tassel or tie or whatever. Then each signature, I did put a piece of cardstock paper on the outside of it just to keep them more sturdy on the outside, and I did not decorate that. Because I thought that was so pretty, and whoever gets this journal, they're not buying it. Whoever wins this journal will be able to decorate it however they want, or they can leave it just the way it is. This, I believe, was a card that I turned into a belly band. As a matter of fact, that reminds me, I didn't put anything in there. So I will need to put some kind of tag there, but just to use this as an example, this is what they can do with it. They can put a tag in there and it holds it. So, but I did that. And I just liked that duck. I thought it was a pretty scene and it matched this journal well. And then there's lots of pages for the person to just journal on. All of these pages are removable because of the type of journal I did, where I did the elastic that you can take the pages in and out if you wish to. I didn't think I would like the elastic signatures that much, but I'm actually really liking them for a couple reasons. One reason is because it's just, to me, it's a lot quicker than sewing each and every signature in. Plus, you see how chunky it is? And maybe you want to really collage on this page a lot or something without having to worry about all this. You can simply remove the page, the entire page, if you want to, and put a bookmark there. There's lots of bookmarks in here, so you remember where it was at. And then you can lay it flat like this, and you can do your journaling, whatever you want to do on it. And then when you're done with that, you just put it back where you found it, like that. So it makes your journaling experience a little bit easier for those of you who don't like to have to compete with all this stuff over here while you're trying to write in your journal. So that's another reason why I like to do those removable pages. So, and then we have this paper. This was a sticker book that my niece actually gave me to use in my junk journals, and I thought it was really cute and pretty to put these in here as inserts to collage over if you want to, or just leave it as a pretty paper. But then the other side is blank to definitely journal on. And then we just have lots of assortments of different papers. Some more of those tags that I made for this, specifically for this journal. These are just really small ones, and they can be journaled on the back, or do whatever you want with them. And I had this little scene of birds in my stash, and a scrap piece of paper that I used to collage the birds onto, and then put here. And again, this is another one of those collage strips that I made into a pocket, into a larger pocket. And then some tags. I already had this tag in my stash. All I did was add the ribbon to the top, and I also went around the edges with some distress oxide just to make it have more of a finishing touch. But I actually made this tag specifically when I was learning how to do junk journaling, and this is like very sturdy cardstock because I was recycling a lot when I first learned junk journaling and using a lot of things that needed to be used. But I loved it. I just didn't know where to put it or how to use it. So I thought it matched this journal perfectly, so I decided to use it in this journal. And this is from the kit that I made for this journal. It's just a journaling card, and I added this that they can use in their collages or whatever they want to do with it. And it's on a pretty paper that I got out of a Daphne's, I got this paper out of Daphne's diary, because she has different pretty papers in her diaries, and I do collect Daphne's diaries, so I thought I'm going to use all my pretty papers that I can that matches this journal. So I pulled a bunch of them out for this journal. And this is the other side of that page. This is a page that I made for this journal. And this was in a coloring book that I had, and I added it because it's the hummingbird. I added these sequins. They were like sticker sequins, and I thought they matched this pretty well. This is a coffee dyed paper that I actually put a stencil on while it was drying, and that's where the design came from. This is one that I got on Etsy. I purchased it and printed it for this journal. And some more of those sticker sequins. Oh, this, I need to, you know what? I'm going to do it while I'm filming. I want, this is a sticker, but the stickiness is not that great. So what I do with my stickers, so you guys know, is I actually glue them down most of the time, or add some adhesive, some kind of adhesive, so that they don't come off so easily. So they're more permanent, because I personally wouldn't like it if I bought a journal and everything started falling off of it, especially with how much these kind of journals cost. The makers of these journals, I mean, this journal took me, I feel like this journal came together pretty quickly, and it took me about 2 months to make it. And that's with me working on it pretty consistently as my main project for 2 months. So if you put that in perspective, if I just sold it purely for, say, $20 an hour, without the cost of supplies or anything like that, this journal would be probably $500 if I actually included my time. But that's why I don't sell very many journals, because I know there are some people that just make these really basic journals and they sell them for like $50, but I've looked at the quality of those, and a lot of them are just tiny. They're like half the size. They're all blank pages. A lot of the signatures are like not very high quality. And me personally, I do this kind of like, you know, this is representing me as an artist as well. And I don't want to put junk out. So I do sell them once in a while, but most of the journals that I make, I just sell the pages more, like, you know, if I make a kit. Where did that page go that I made? So if I make a kit, I sell the kits a lot on my Etsy shop. Because I will design kits, and a lot of times I'm designing them not just for the person buying them, but because I want to make a journal out of that theme. And then I'll put them up on my Etsy shop, or a lot of times I'll put up some free papers on my Facebook page, my Junk Journal Haven Facebook page, for people to use and just give back to the community and stuff. But I would rather do that than just have people get something from me that they're disappointed in. But a lot of the junk journals I make is for people that I know, like my sisters or my granddaughter, or people like this one I'm donating to the church. Most of the journals that I make are like that. I have sold one on Etsy, and it was so cute. The lady said that she actually cried when she got it, and I was so happy that she was pleased with it, because she said it was so cute. But I sold one on there, and I have one posted right now on there, which is not selling because I have not been able to get myself to put it for cheaper than $150. I'm just being honest. I had it at $250, now it's $150, and rather than going any lower than that, I will give it to somebody that I love and that needs a journal. So so it may come down, and I may end up sending it to somebody I know. but I would rather do that than sell them for like $50 and not put any kind of love or intention into it. So anyways, that's my thing with that. And I think, you know, a lot of people don't know this community of junk journaling. They don't understand the time or effort that's put into them, or they hear the term junk journaling and they think it's junk, you know. But okay, anyways, I'm gonna stop with that. I can go on and on but I won't. So these are some of the tags that I made from the kit that I made to go with the journal. This pocket here is made out of book pages that I actually used distress spray, I think, to color it with. And I did a whole bunch of them. I made a whole bunch of them. Then I sewed them all. And they're in my stash, and I pull them out when I think it's going to match a journal that I'm doing, and I just put them in my journals. So I still have more of those. And then I just did this little collage on the front of it with one of the tickets. This is a large ticket from that kit that I made, and then another journaling card. Oh, and there's this. I think I may have got this from church. I don't remember. It's really cute, but I just don't use bookmarks very often, and I thought I might as well give it to somebody who will use it more than I will. So I decided to put it in this journal, include it into this journal. But I do love it. I think it's a really cute bookmark. Blessed is she who has believed. And there's a little place to journal on it. Okay. And now I'm just gonna kind of flip through, and I'll talk if there's something to tell you. Otherwise, we're gonna be here all day long with me talking. This is a pocket that I made out of this was actually mostly watercolor, and then I did some stamping over it, and I printed this saying on it. It says, by doing what you love, you inspire the hearts of others. Come to me, all ye who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And then another journaling card. There's a large tag, be still and know that I am God. Held in his hands. I did do some stenciling back here with my distress inks. And I sewed around this tag. Okay, we are in the second signature now. I actually did fall in love with this journal while I was making it. I was like, ooh, I hope somebody that really appreciates it gets it, because I really like it. Here's what the middle of the signature is. This is it's like an elastic signature, so that's what I did with these signatures, just so you know. Here is a very large tag that I made. And it's just to journal on the back of it. They could put a picture over the sewing if they don't like it. But I think that just, you know, accentuates that it's handmade. I really like this bird, and I thought he went well with these birds. That's why I put it here. And I made a few of these covered paper clips. Bird on one side and a butterfly on the other, and it says joy. I really like this page. I think it's pretty. Another one of the journaling pages I made. This is mulberry paper. I ordered it a while ago, so I have a stack of it that I want to keep using in my journals when I think about it, so I can use it up. It's also great for collages and stuff, like, you know, just to add more texture. This was a Daphne's Diary paper. And then this was cardstock collage tag that I made, but I ended up making it into a pocket and collaged over it a little bit more. And then this was a card that I made into a little, I did like a watercolor cleanup or something with that, and there's a little bit of stenciling on that. Again, this is one of the ones that I made when I first started journaling, but didn't know what to do with it. And since it had a carnation on it, I thought it would be good in here. There's lots of flowers. So I added this lace and this little saying to it. His peace guards my heart. I edged it with some distress ink and edged it back here. This was already here from when I stenciled on it. And whoever gets it can go ahead and use it as a journaling card. And I just thought it went well with this. And then I stenciled the back of the paper here. Oops. Oh yeah, that's the end of that signature. And we go into the next signature. These are some striped papers that I printed on the backs of these papers. And this is in my Etsy shop. I did a whole bunch of different striped colors just because I like stripes, so I thought maybe somebody else would too, so I posted them for sale if anybody is interested. Another one of those. Well, this is a different paper from somebody on Etsy. More from the coloring book, more birds. Another one of my coffee dyed papers. Actually, I think this might be like one of my beets, because I've done a lot of different dyes, like just experimenting. So that, and this has kind of a pink tinge to it, so I think I might have used beets for this one. Here's a paper clip that I made a while ago. This is actually fabric on it that I glued over the tops of the paper clip. And then here is a large tag that I had in my stash, and I just went ahead and did the edges and stuff and put it in this journal because I thought she matched, since she's got flowers in her hair and flowers all around her, and then there's flowers here. So I thought, I'm gonna put this in this journal. It just looks like it belongs here, and the colors and everything. So be still and know that I am God. This is a paper that I got. It's one of the ones I'm using for the outsides of the signatures too. But this one I actually was trying to just experiment and make it into more of something else. But I had a little gold specks on it and stuff because I was doing that. But the stuff didn't seem to show up really that much that I did on here, but I still like that it added a little bit of, you know, variety, a little bit of texture. Here's another one of those book page pockets that I made, and some tags. This one says fearfully and wonderfully made. The bird one. And another journaling card here. I just put in here. This is a tag that I've had for a while that I cut out of sparkly paper. And and honestly I didn't know what to do with it, so I left it plain on this side, and then this side is one of those sticker book pages that my niece gave me. I thought it made a cute tag backing, so I just put it on there. Whoever buys this, or I mean whoever receives this journal, I keep saying buys, but whoever receives this journal can always do a little collage on this side if they want to, or add paper to it so that they can write on it, or write something on a piece of paper and then glue it down to this. You know, just some ideas, or they can just use it as a bookmark. This is another one of those hidden paper clips that I made. And it says little blessings. That's the middle of this signature. Some more of my stripes. This one's definitely either coffee dyed or tea dyed. His mercies are new every morning. There's this tag, and then this one. Another paper clip and a bookmark that I made. Oh, and this is a new signature though. This is the last signature in this journal. I hope that this wasn't out of focus the whole time. Oh my goodness. I just added this for people to journal on. This is a little collage I did. Another one of my things from my stash that I made into a journaling card. And it says rejoice always. And I made this pocket out of scrapbook paper. This is a Daphne's diary paper, I believe. I thought that was really cute as a middle signature, as a flamingo. That's from the Daphne's diary as well. And then we got some hummingbirds on the other side. Oh, it wasn't the last signature. Still have one more. See how I mean this journal goes on and on. Oh, I like this one of these hummingbirds. This is from the sticker book. This tag, I forgot to put a paper clip with it, so I'll do that right now. Let's see. I'm gonna pull one out. Okay. Let's get a paper clip on that one. But I made this tag a while ago, and I thought it was interesting to do it this way. I got this idea out of a magazine for mixed media. It's called, what is that magazine called? Somerset or something like that. Anyways, it was a little too bulky, so I actually made these a little smaller because it was sticking out more. But I still think it looks really cute. And I'm just gonna grab another paper clip and paper clip that in here because I forgot to put a paper clip on it. Maybe I'll do it from the top. Do a top paper, or maybe a bottom paper clip. Doesn't really matter either way, just as long as it has a paper clip, right? That's funny. All right, so there's that tag. Then book page pocket that I made, journaling card, this paper was actually, I think I got this at Hobby Lobby just because I liked it, and they're papers that you buy singly. I just thought it looked cute in this journal, so I put it in here. More of the stripes. Middle of the signature. More birds. Another pocket with some journaling cards. This is a postcard, an old print of a postcard. And another print of an old postcard with birds on it. I thought that was really cute. Hummingbird from the sticker book. That's the other side of that one. More stripes, butterfly, and then we are at the end. This was in my Daphne's diary as a project to make some kind of like pop-up thing, but I decided to use it for this journal as a pocket because I thought it was really cute. It has like little bird houses with some birds and the swing set, and I just liked the whole scene, so I made it into a back pocket for this journal. And then we end with another hummingbird journaling card. And I signed it, Sherry Gribbin, uniquely handmade limited edition by Sherry Gribbin 2026. So I do like to sign my journals so whoever gets them, they know who made it and they know when it was made. So anyways, thanks for joining me, you guys, and I hope you love this journal as much as I loved making it. Have a good day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.